were you inspired by anyone?
Yeah. Hey, my name is Keith Barker, and this is
Eric Bianchini, what's going on?
Eric. You're such an inspiration. This gentleman, we both work at CBT Nuggets, and in January or February of this year, when I started to get more fit, I call it Keith 3.0.
That is what you said the other day.
It is, yeah, that's what I call it, the authentic Keith. Part of that was, okay, how do I get everything done I need to? And I saw a video on YouTube, and it talked about the magic of getting up at 5:30, and I laughed. Like, no freaking way am I getting up at 5:30. And so I thought about it, though, and I thought, okay, I can get up a little bit earlier, get a routine going on, and then I can actually get some stuff done that's really important without disruptions. And so here's my morning routine, which doesn't compare to yours. I know yours is amazing.
No. It's not a competition.
It's not a competition, but Eric wins.
Yes.
So my goal was this. How do I read Atomic Habits about earlier this year. Have you read that yet?
No, but I know a lot of people in the company have.
So powerful. So it talks about getting to where you want and then removing the obstacles. So I used to get up at 5:30 and then use the bathroom, brush my teeth, get my watch on, go downstairs, take my vitamins, some water, some broth, and then get my phone and mirror it to the Apple TV or to the TV, and then do my exercise program. And it's like 17 steps. So I thinned it down, and now it goes like this. You ready?
I'm here. I'm ready.
I set my Internet of Things to turn on the lights gradually at 11 minutes to 6. My alarm goes off at 10 to 6. I put my watch on. I do use the bathroom. Very important. I do have some water, and I go downstairs and I get on my elliptical immediately. And instead of mirroring it to the TV, I just boom, put on the elliptical, and I use an app called BitGym, which keeps.
I know exactly. I've used that. That's awesome.
Isn't it great?
It is awesome. And the faster you run, it goes faster with you. Oh, that's awesome.
And instead of mirroring it to my TV, I'm just like, I'll put it there.
Yeah.
And then I go. And so I do 30 to 45 minutes based on I use the cardio coach. It's great. He's done, okay, the first challenge, we're going to do this. And by the time it's over, it's like 40 minutes later, and I'm sweating like a dog.
It is an awesome product. It's so funny you said that, because I haven't read the book. But a long time ago, I figured out for myself that if I could remove some of the obstacles, there is less excuse. So I get up at 4 in the morning to work out, and I've done that for years and years. But I have all my clothes that I run in. I'm a big runner. I have a gym at the house. I'm fortunate enough to have a gym at the house. I have all the equipment that I personally need. But I have all my workout clothes downstairs. So literally, I get up, I run to the bathroom, I brush my teeth. On the way down, I'm taking off, if I'm wearing, it's a little bit warmer now, so I just take off my underwear, throw it in the chute. I'm downstairs. I literally have a drawer that the only option, and they're labeled because I'm a dork. It's like the short drawer, and they're only running and working out shorts. So I just open up the drawer, so there's no thought.
Gotcha.
So drawer 1, shorts, put them on. Drawer 2, shirt. They're shirts only for working out. It's not mixed in with the other stuff. I don't have to filter.
Gotcha.
And because I am a little bit like this, it's just I just grab the first one, put it on. The socks the same way, and I'm running shoes now that are literally slip-on. So I don't even have to tie. So for me, there is no barrier that I can come up with, or I try to eliminate all that stuff.
All by yourself.
Yeah, it's just from trial and error.
Right.
And so I put them on, I open up the door, and I'm out, and I'm running on the treadmill. I have an elliptical at the house, a TRX. I have everything that I need. But it is funny you said that, to talk to your point, that getting rid of those barriers for me has been massive. It's been unbelievably massive as well. That's just because you're like, well, I gotta, where's my shirt? That doesn't happen.
Right.
It's already set up down there.
So the reason I wanted to chat with you was the idea about getting up early.
Yeah.
And so I thought enough of the idea. You've been doing this for like over a decade, right? Getting up at 4.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I laughed at the idea originally. I thought, well, I need my sleep and everything else, but I have discovered in the last 4 or 5 months that it's been the salvation of me getting the stuff done I need to.
Totally.
So was it ever hard for? Because I think with people who are maybe watching this thinking, getting up at 4 a.m. Now, there are people that have to get up at 4 a.m. for 2 or 3 jobs, right? They're going to school, they're working, and so forth. But so let's talk about 2 things. Number 1, if somebody's not getting up early, is it worth it to give it a trial, like a week or 2 weeks, to see what it's like?
So for me, and I assume most people are hardwired slightly similarly, all habits for me, whether it's a diet or getting up, there is an uncomfortable period. So let's say, for instance, I say to myself, I'm not going to eat sweets. That day 1 is tough.
Okay.
And day 2 is tough. And day 3 is tough. But by day 4 and day 5, it's now becoming maybe a moving on the road to a habit or routine. And it becomes and it becomes easier.
Okay.
I find the same thing with getting up at 4. Yeah. There was a period of time where I can remember where it was like, oh, God, how does anyone do this? And you roll out of bed. But literally, if you just say, and maybe it's setting an alarm, maybe it's setting 2 alarms to begin with, but by 3, by 4, by day 5, it is going to become natural. And for me, I mean, the alarm doesn't even go off.
You're up.
I mean, up at 4, it's part of the routine. And sure, are there days that I go, oh man, there's no way I'm going to get up and do this? Sure. But you know what? When I get up and do it, as soon as I start, I'm more awake. I'm more energetic throughout the day. I will always go back and say, oh, I'm so glad I did that.
Totally worth it.
And I have stress in my life. We all have whatever you're going through. Personally, I'm going through something right now, personal family stuff. Sometimes that adds to the difficulty of getting up. But I can tell you, I sit here today having one of the biggest stressful moments imaginable that happened. And I get up and I ran this morning and I feel so much better. I'm able to do this. I'm able to interact with all the people here. And it's hugely important. So again, to answer your original question, initially I think it is challenging. Is it worth it 100%? Because at 4 in the morning, what else is somebody doing? Unless you have to get up early. Actually, there was a period of time where I had a job. I was working at a packing company. I kid you not. I had to be there at like 4:30 in the morning. Guess what? I got up to go to the gym at like 2 in the morning.
Oh my gosh, 2 in the morning.
So but then what do? You just count it back and you go to bed a little earlier. You can get used to anything.
Wow.
But is it worth it? Absolutely. For me, for my health, for my well-being, I'm an energetic person. This helps keep me.
What? Wait. You're energetic?
So this helps keep me sane, though. It helps me with my son. It helps me, helps me help other people like we do here. So it's awesome.
Well, I learned some new things in this chat. I'm grateful for it. So I'm going to use my words, and you can confirm if I got them right.
Okay.
If we set up a process, a habit, so we don't have to think about it, we're more likely to do the thing.
100%.
So you had shorts in the drawer, socks ready to go, shoes to slip on, and you're out. Sometimes if I get up or we get up, we're not going to feel like it. But so how do we solve that piece? Like, okay, no way, I don't want to do this. We realize there's huge benefits, right? Being, first of all, the time to think, right? Does it happen when you run? Get a chance to think about everything.
100%. I come up with great ideas.
Yeah, and clarify things and so there's all the great benefits. So in that moment, for individuals who are starting this, who are thinking, no, I don't want to do it, setting up the habit, and what else could they do to actually execute?
I'm so glad you asked that, because here's my theory, because I go through that sometimes. I think the more you think about the process, the worse it gets.
Oh.
So if you are in bed and you're thinking about, I don't want to get up, and then you start thinking about I got to get up, and then I have to get the shoes on.
Look at the body physicality there.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah,
if you all of a sudden, if you start thinking about the process, and then you go, I'm tired. If you let yourself go down that road, you're not going to get up. If you just get yourself to that point of like, the alarm goes off, you just go, I'm up. Just, it's doing that first step. It's that baby step. Take off the cover, step out of bed.
Okay,
that's all you have to do.
And then what's your next immediate step? I know there's the teeth brush in the bathroom and all this stuff, but what is after you're out of bed, you're moving, what is your very first step?
For my first step, after I brush my teeth, I'm going downstairs. I'm heading downstairs.
Okay.
For me, it's heading downstairs. While I'm heading downstairs, I don't allow myself, and I do a lot of meditation, so that's a separate subject we can touch on, but I don't allow myself to get into the future.
Gotcha. You're present about this thing now.
Yes. I'm not thinking about what the workout's going to be like. I'm not thinking about, today's going to be a hard training day, because you're just giving yourself excuses not to go in. So for me, it's limiting what that's going to be like. Just do it. Just automate it.
Awesome.
Get that going.
So here's my thing. This is the start.
Yeah.
It's this watch. The goal is for me to get this watch on my wrist, and then I'm a countdown because I need to get 1 minute of moving to get my move goal before 6 a.m.
I like it.
So that's all I think about. I don't think about anything. I was like, get the watch on, go get it. And then that excitement about, it gets me going. And it's totally worth it.
Totally.
Today, I was on the elliptical, and it's like sleep for the brain as far as recharging for me, but it's like all these ideas, things that I need to think about and consider. It's amazing. And there's that endorphin rush. Do you ever get that?
Oh gosh, all the time. I mean, I've had transcending moments. Again, though, I think that we need to be realistic about it. It's not like day one, you're going to go out there and run on the treadmill and go, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever, right? It's a new skill. It's like any new skill, whether it's running or biking or, you go out and throw the football. If you haven't thrown the football the first time, your shoulder's going to be sore. Does that mean you're never going to throw the football? Oh, this football stuff sucks. Right. No. You got to warm it up again. Same thing with running. So if you're going to run or you're going to work out, there's always going to be that period where you've got to get used to it again. But once you get to that point, and it's going to change for everybody, but then all the benefits do come into play. I run, it's not like I get sore when I run now. I've been running, I've run multiple marathons, Ironman, so I enjoy that stuff. But it's not like my body gets sore anymore, so I get the benefit because I put in the time, but I don't want to discourage people either.
So there's a learning curve on everything.
There is a learning curve, like anything, but that's not a discouragement, and the learning curve isn't that steep.
So let me share with you what I did for my learning curve.
Yes.
I thought to myself, I'm going to learn something brand new so that I can empathize with the people that I'm teaching.
Yes.
Like they're brand new to IT or security or whatever it is. So I learned to play the ukulele. And the thing is, when I first picked it up, it wasn't in tune. I didn't know how to tune it. And I was in a rock band in high school, but I played the drums. So I'd never actually played a chord on anything. So I committed to 20 hours. So I heard this somewhere. It's like, commit to 20 hours before you give up. And by doing that 20 hours, that reminded me, I still suck. I'm bad at this. I'm not good. But now 20 hours of practice, I can play a tune. I can play chords like C, A minor, F, G. I can play, and it's actually enjoyable. And now that learning curve has been taken care of. I can now enjoy it. So anytime we're starting something new, give yourself time
100%
and consistency to get that habit, and it's going to be worth it.
Totally. And I think the concept is small chunking. Like if you just can small chunk it, break it down, like maybe it's running. So for running, that's something I believe in a lot. You're just going to go out there, do the process. You're just going to run out there all you have to do is run a mile. And you run a mile, and all of a sudden now you do a mile, and before you know it, you're out there running 3 and 4 and 5 miles. You do a mile this week and a mile next week, and then maybe the next week you do 2 miles. It doesn't take that long. But for me, again, talking about the process, it's also not overthinking it. Like, oh man, I can't do a marathon. It's 26 miles. Got to break that down. Don't think. For me, I love the idea of goal setting, but I think sometimes it can be daunting too. Right. Stay in the present. Don't start thinking about, oh man, it's going to take so long to get there. Just do it. Take that first step.
Gotcha. Now, in the book on Atomic Habits, he mentions that in starting a habit, he said, give yourself 2 minutes, meaning do it for 2 minutes. And it's a trick. Like, I'm not going to do it just for 2 minutes, but that's also an option of chunking it, right? Like, I'm going to go for 2 minutes today and walk. Maybe walk or run. And then maybe if you're out there, you'll want to do longer. But maybe not. And then the next day, do 2 minutes. And at some point, you're going to see the benefits and get the habit. And that was his idea in the book. And
I love it.
And the techniques. Eric, thank you so much.
Dave!
Oh my gosh. So good to see
such a
you.
good talk, brother. Thank you.
And this is Mr. Motivation right here, Eric. And is it okay if I post this online?
No problem at all.
I might do some editing.
Yeah, you want to edit this.
All right. Thanks, brother.
You bet.